In today's video, we're checking out the latest reverb pedal from the folks at Mooer. This is their META FX Reverb. This is a 14-in-1 reverb pedal. It's actually sort of like a 15-in-1 if we take into account the second Footswitch, which gives you an infinite hold. So if you like one of the reverb types, you can hold down the second Footswitch and it will just keep going on until the cows come home. This will do all the standard reverbs like hall, spring, and plate, for example, but it will also get you into some really big cavernous reverb tones. So if you are into some of that shoegazing stuff, this will absolutely do it. There's a big old touchscreen display in the center, which makes it easy to see, and it has true stereo output. So you'll be listening to this through my Marshall DSL 40CR and my Fender Blues Deluxe, both mic'd up in the room in true stereo. So no cheating, real amps and real mics. This pedal runs on 9 volts at 300 milliamps, and guess what? It comes with its own power supply. A quick thank you to Mooer for sending this in and sponsoring this video. If you want to take a look at it, I'll link it down in the pinned comment. Here we go. You are listening to the tones of the new Mooer META FX Reverb pedal, and this has so much going on. You can get standard traditional reverbs if that's your thing, like plate, spring, hall, and many others, or you can tap into some really atmospheric stuff. I'm going to do my best to showcase all the different tones you can get out of it. Let's take a look at this pedal up close. Now, we get an on-screen display, which is also semi-touch screen as well. It doesn't do all the same functionality as some of the controls, but it's great to have it. I'll show you that as we go. To select a preset, all you have to do is use this pot right here. This pot will also get you into the main menu of the pedal, where you can change things like the effects trail. You can hard reset it. There's a kill dry on or off, and a function diagram showing you what the pedals are actually doing, or the foot switches here. Now, if we go back, all you have to do is hit that menu button and you're back to where you started. Now over here, this changes the reverb level. This is the mix control. So the higher up it goes, the wetter the signal. The further down it is, the more dry signal you're getting in. I love the fact that it's a big on-screen display and you know exactly where you're at, which is awesome. These 3 buttons correspond to what's on screen. So if we want to say adjust the high cut, all I have to do is hold this down and then I can turn this. See how it's moving? Same for the middle one as well. And same for the one on the left. So this is very simple to operate. I really like it. Now you can also tap on the controls here as well and adjust things this way if that's how you want to do it. All the adjustments are done from this left wheel, not this one. This will change presets. So yeah, it's very simple. We can go down to the next one just by tapping on it and so forth. So yeah, it's up to you how you want to adjust this, but having some touchscreen functionality makes it more intuitive. I really like it. Right now we're in bypass mode. There's no light on screen. If I tap the left foot switch or foot switch A, you can see that it's now on. And as we go through a few of the different presets here, you can see that the colors change as well. It's just a good visual indication of which one you're on. As I showed you in some of the tones in the intro track, if you hold the right foot switch down or foot switch B, you get this graphic on screen, and this allows you to hold that particular reverb or atmospheric effect for as long as you like, and it will oscillate, so look out and get kind of crazy depending on which one you're on. Let's say, for example, you want to make your own preset. We can go to one of the many empty ones here. We'll go into number 30, and what you can do from here is go into type. Now from here, you've got all these additional options. We've got room, hall, church, cave, plate, spring, mod, studio, Aethertide, warp, shake, crush, shimmer, and dream. And these are all the effects that are built into here. So say, for example, I wanted this cave reverb. You can just select it and then go back like that. And then when you turn it on, you're in cave mode. So that's really cool. If I want to, say, make some adjustments like you saw before, I can just hold this down and change them up as I need to. For example, just a quick explanation of how it works. Hit save, and now it's saved in preset 30. If I go back one and then back to preset 30, there it is. On this side of the pedal, I've got my guitar signal going in, and in the instruction manual, they label this one as a second right output. So if you don't want to run two from the same side, you can run a second output from here. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna give you some final thoughts on the META FX Reverb pedal from Mooer. Now we'll talk about value first. So for 149 bucks, this is definitely a powerhouse. It has just about every sort of reverb you could want and more. And I love the fact we've got that button that lets you hold whatever reverb you're on indefinitely. It's really cool. It's just something very different. The on-screen display is great. These pots and switches and all the buttons feel really good. This does feel kind of cheap. It's very lightweight. The plastic doesn't look that good either. I don't know if it's just the sort of aesthetic they've gone for with the paint. But yeah, it just has a bit of a scuffed look to it. And I don't know if it's just my sample copy, but yeah, it doesn't feel anywhere near as robust as a proper metal enclosure. But I guess given the fact that it's got a screen and all the other functionality, I can kind of give that a bit of a pass just this time. But while there's nothing that feels inherently poor quality about it, it just feels a little bit cheap. I guess that's the only way to say it. It's one of the lightest pedals I've ever picked up with a standard form factor like this. There's a number of different ways you could use this. If you choose to use it into an effects loop, you could absolutely do that. You could use it after some sort of multi-effects processor pedal and get some really atmospheric sounds. And if that's what you're going for, this will do a really great job. While this has a whole bunch of crazy reverb effects, I really love the fact that the normal ones are very musical. So if you're into spring, hall, or plate, for example, you can make this work. And it sounded great going into the front end of my amps. But if you choose to, you could absolutely run this into your effects loop and work it that way. I want to showcase 2 amps in stereo today using this with both outputs. That was the goal. So I was just going into the front end, but yeah, I really liked listening back to some of the tones I was able to record with this. If you're someone who only wants a spring or a plate reverb and nothing else, this would be absolute overkill. But I like the fact the price is good. You get lots of different tones, and once you get used to the interface, it's pretty simple to operate. I was a little bit intimidated when I took this out of the box. Even though I review plenty of multi-effects processor pedals, I was like, where do I start? I read the manual, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty easy. So yeah, everything's laid out in a really smart way. And again, the only real complaint I have about it is the fact that it does feel a little bit plasticky, but you know what? Plastic will last forever. So it is what it is. But yeah, I just want to give you a heads up, some of the pros and cons. Thanks for watching. Drop a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.